This is week 5 of the NFL season. We're going to do our week 4 recap. Go through a little quickly. For starters, I went 12-3-1 in my picks because the Packers decided to play zero defense.
Not for real.
And
I went 9-6-1.
better week for both of us, bouncing back from week 3.
Not for real.
I think we both went 500 week 3. But first game, Thursday Night Football, Seattle, Arizona. It's about what I expected. Seattle was dominating, and then Arizona had a little comeback at the end, and Kyler remembered how to play football in the fourth quarter, but it was a little too late, too late, and they couldn't pull out the dub. And in the end of the day, Seattle won the game, and they're 3-1, and that's what matters. But Minnesota Pittsburgh. This was the morning game in Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin.
Pittsburgh was out the gates. DK had a big 70-yard touchdown, I believe, and they were up big most of the game. And then they were doing their best Baltimore Ravens impression, throwing the game at the end, but they actually held the W. There's not much else. The Vikings fought back, but Pittsburgh.
Rodgers looked good. He's been solid his whole year so far.
Finally, him and DK got the connection and timing down.
Yeah,
definitely. Washington, Atlanta.
Atlanta finally remember how to play football, man. It's crazy.
Mariota didn't have a bad game per se. Penix had a good game, 2 touchdowns, 300 yards, 20-26, and I think he had a pick, but Bijan did his thing. Drake London had a really good game, 100 yards and a touchdown. Commanders just need their quarterback back, and he's coming back this week, so I think they've just been missing their players. And when you don't have your best receiver and your starting quarterback, it adds up eventually. And going on the road, it's never easy in the NFL. Then New Orleans, Buffalo. New Orleans, they're not good, but
they were competitive for most of the games.
Yeah, Josh Cook, James Allen. Whoa. James Cook and Josh Allen. Sorry, they both do amazing every week, so I get them confused, and I looked at both their names at the same time. I saw Jay Cook and Jay Allen.
Bro got cooked.
Hey, no. I cooked in fantasy. 3-1, first place. No, but the Bills probably played their worst game by far, and they still won by 2 possessions. That definitely shows that the Saints are not that good at all. Obviously, they're 0-4, but the Bills, it shows how good the Bills are on a terrible game. They can still win by 12. The Browns and Lions. Joe Flacco threw 2 picks, and the Browns figured out we got 2 rookies, so let's go start one of them. And Dylan Gabriel's going to start in London against the Vikings.
It might get worse for Browns, sadly.
But Quinshon Judkins has been good for them. And the Lions, they're going to score a lot of points, and we know the Browns aren't going to score points. So it was kind of everyone knew how this game was going to go. It was going to be a blowout. Now, this next game
surprised me.
It didn't surprise me with the outcome. The magnitude of the outcome is what surprised me.
Yeah.
Patriots, Panthers. Panthers are bad. I believe I stopped watching at the end. I'm pretty sure Bryce Young got benched at some point.
He should. It was trash.
And Drake May looks amazing. Chuba got hurt as well for the Panthers. So Panthers, Andy Dalton came in 60 yards, 5 for 6, and a touchdown. Yeah, Bryce Young, he just didn't do anything. That's all it was. But Drake May was he didn't throw the ball much because they didn't need to. Because when you can run the ball effectively, why would you pass? Same thing that the Eagles are doing. AJ Brown's not getting targets. Yeah, because they're 4-0 and they have Saquon Barkley under him.
When they need it, he gonna show it. Don't worry. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but Drake May was 14 to 17, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran for a touchdown. Travion Henderson's starting to get a couple more touches. I think the Patriots actually want to win like against good teams. They need to start giving him more touches than Stevenson, though. They even had Josh Dobbs coming for a play. Yeah, Stephon Diggs.
Ballhead Josh Dobbs?
Yeah.
Damn.
Stephon Diggs had 100 yards. He had his best game of the year. Hunter Henry had a touchdown, and then Mac Hollins, who I forgot was on the Patriots now, the barefoot guy. And then after that game, we have the Chargers Giants.
The soccer. I picked the Chargers. And
I think
Jackson Dart.
most people pick the Chargers, I would say.
Jackson Dart came out there looking good. And Miss Kansas Skitterboo.
I will say, Quinn Johnson, I think he's actually like figured out his hands. He's not dropping passes anymore, and now he actually looks really good. One of the best receivers for fantasy, I know that. And then Marion Hampton, breakout game, 12 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Justin Herbert threw, I think, 2 picks, and he was 23 for 41.
Yeah,
He had a bad game.
From a statistics standpoint, it looked like they controlled the game, except for the turnovers.
Yeah, but, I mean, Dart was 13 for 20, 100 yards, a touchdown. He ran for 50 yards and a touchdown. Scatterboo, he was only getting 3 a carry, but the Chargers have a good run defense. And Malik Neighbors towards ACL, and they just said today that meniscus as well.
And he
But-
also had a torn labrum in a
Turf toe, so he had everything, but whatever. So he was playing through some stuff already. That is what we found out. But I mean, they're just gonna have to have guys step up. Slayton, Theo Johnson, that's who I was thinking of earlier. Scatterboo is gonna have to be their. I think Scatterboo and Slayton, those are gonna have to be the guys that they're gonna get the most touches, 100%. And Dart's gonna be running a lot too. We all know that. Then we got the Eagles-Bucks game. The Eagles looked like they were running away with this game. They were up 24-6 at the half, and then I think they scored again. And then
Yeah, then your favorite frat boy Baker Mayfield came back and did his thing. Almost led him to a comeback victory.
yeah, Bucky Irving had 160 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown, but now he's in a boot and he's not playing. So it's Rashad White time this weekend. But I mean, Jalen Hurts, he did what
they won games, and he's only throwing for 130 yards.
they only had 200 total yards.
That's
They had almost 200 less total yards, and they were in control of the game almost the entire time.
you learn how to win, man. That's all that matters.
I mean, it does help that they started the game off with a blocked punt for a touchdown.
Oh shit!
So that's where they got some points. And I mean, they played really good defense in the first half.
This first team's been on fire today.
They've basically won 2 games from it. And then Titans and Texans. Texans, I don't know how much of it is they figured out or the Titans are just bad, like real bad. The Titans have a chance to go 0-17.
I think it's a little bit low.
But I will say Woody Marks got a bunch of touches and he was actually really good. CJ looked way better and way more comfortable than he has all season. And winning this game, I think, will help them especially going into Baltimore this week and facing a highly depleted Ravens team with who's already has the worst defense in the league, and now Kyle Hamilton's out, Roquan Smith is out, someone else is out too, everyone's out, but now Lamar is out as well. If they lose the game, then that's on them because they were fully healthy pretty much. Besides like a couple people that we knew that were injured before the season started. And yeah, Titans suck. 26-0. I don't care how bad you are. Getting shut out against a division rival, you can't do that. You can't do that. It doesn't matter who you are. And then Colts Rams. Colts are legit. They lost, but I think the Colts are legit. They had it took the Rams scoring 2 touchdowns in the final quarter to win the game.
And Puka going nuclear, 13 receptions.
Yeah.
70 yards.
Puka gave me like 38 fantasy points or something.
Bro was cooking.
I mean, Matt Stafford threw for almost 400. The Colts' pass defense isn't that good, but to be fair, Puka and Devontae Adams, and then Tutu Atwell had a 90-yard touchdown at the end of the game. And the Colts also had like a 60-yard touchdown that didn't count and ended up being a fumble because of Donovan Mitchell, the ball at like the half-yard line after making a crazy catch, doing a crazy spin move. Would have been his first touchdown in his career.
Bro got caught in the moment, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Colts are legit as well.
And then Jaguars Niners. I mean, Purdy is still hurt. Obviously, he didn't play Thursday night. He's not playing Thursday night football, and they got a lot of stuff going on. I think they're gonna figure out everything eventually. Hopefully, Kittle is supposed to be coming back in a couple weeks. Yeah. That'll help them for sure. All their receivers are injured, so I mean, they don't really have an offense. In fact, they're scoring multiple touchdowns a game.
I mean, he still got one of the baddest men in football.
Oh yeah.
CMC.
The Jaguars, they got a really good run attack. Etienne, I think right now, I want to say he's averaging 6 yards a carry on 65 attempts. He's got 400 yards in 4 games now.
Yeah.
He's averaging 100 yards a game, basically, which is insane.
Especially coming up last year, he was hurt. Not really productive. So makes the bounce back.
Yeah. Brian Thomas Jr. Had a game where he didn't drop a bunch of passes.
Trevor Lawrence looking like.
Trevor Lawrence is, I think, we're done trying to be like, oh, he's still got all this potential. Maybe he does, but at this point, we need to stop like expecting him to just make a huge leap. And like, if this is what he is, he's a good enough quarterback that can win a game. If he stays away from a lot of bad mistakes, and just makes a couple bad mistakes, then it's a pretty good Jags team. And Liam Cohen, he's calling some great games over there. I will give him that. I think that's the biggest reason, the coaching changes was getting, because they got like the exact same team.
Yeah.
They didn't really change.
They have had some duty coaches.
And then we got Ravens Chiefs.
I think the most surprising game, in my opinion, because I didn't expect the Ravens to get dominated like that. But Lamar went out with the injury.
But even before Lamar went out, they weren't playing well.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like when the Ravens and Chiefs meet, it's like 20-27 instead of 37-20.
This is just reminding us that when Rashi Rice comes back, the Chiefs are gonna be almost impossible to beat, especially at home.
Yeah.
Also, Mahomes, 4 touchdowns, 270 yards. He's Mahomes again. Xavier Worthy's healthy now. That's what's They didn't really have Worthy all season,
They just had Juju, who is old now,
and Travis Kelsey, who is also old now.
So they're trying to win football games with Unks out there.
Yeah. Bears Raiders. Bears pulling out. Ashton Genty had his breakout game.
Yeah, 3 scores.
He. All I know is he ran for 140 yards on 21 carries, which is really good. That's basically 6 a carry.
Yeah.
No, basically 7 a carry. My bad.
Yeah, he probably had his breakout game. They was calling Bro Washed. I'm like, bro, he's not washed. He's literally one. He's like in the same group as Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, Gino he's a good quarterback, except for when he throws a bunch of picks.
Nah, him and James Winston is almost identical when it comes to the quarterback position. They're gonna make some plays, but they're gonna make a lot of.
I mean, the Bears, I think they blocked a field goal at the end of the game or something like that. That's how they won. I remember. I mean, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
This game, it was a very interesting game, but the Bears put out the dub, and I believe I picked the Bears. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we both picked the Bears, so that worked in our favor. We're this close on a couple games. If the Packers messed up at the end, which that's the next game we're going to talk about, that's a big one to talk about. But yes, let's go to Packers Cowboys. Packers Cowboys 40-40 was the final
I'm gonna
score.
Start this one off. The Cowboys offense, no CD Lamb, but George Pickens, he's a big time player. If he just can control his antics, he'll be a good receiver in the club. Cowboys offense is pretty decent. Their defense is just very lackluster. They can't stop a standing pole.
Yeah, both these teams' defenses are terrible, and both these teams' offenses are amazing.
And I think the Packers, they play down to their competition. And Jordan Love, he's very erratic. Like this game showed me that like he can go off the rails sometimes. And I think it's also something to do with their coaching as well, like the head coach. Because that last play was not.
They almost didn't even get a chance to tie it up.
Yeah, like that last play was kind of crazy. But I mean, Romeo Dobbs came out and did his thing. So, it was kind of an anticlimactic game. I'm like, oh, Michael Parsons first came back in Dallas.
He did have an amazing play to stop Dak from scoring a touchdown in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of bottled up. I mean, with respect, he's one of the best DNs in the league. He's going to get.
I mean, he's still not 100%, and he was getting double teamed and triple teamed the whole game. So,
but not all in all, it shows that anybody can compete with anybody in the league. So, and the Packers are not as good as we thought they were, in my opinion.
Well, their defense isn't.
Their
offense is great. Their defense is garbage. We knew the Cowboys' defense was bad, and we knew their offense was good. That's what they've had for a while, honestly.
Literally, but I think it's more the Cowboys' secondary is their biggest problem. Yeah. Their front seven, it's not the greatest, but it's manageable, like it's serviceable.
I mean, they got rid of like one of the best players in football.
Yeah, but their secondary is legitimately like they're getting tag team out there.
Yeah, it's not. That's just what it is, though.
No,
they're not gonna make any crazy changes because
what can you do,
Jerry? Mr. Jerry. The 2 Monday Night Football games. We'll do the Miami Dolphins game first. What I've learned from watching Jets football this year is I can't remember who, one of the running backs said it. He said other teams shoot themselves in the foot. Then when we get the ball, we shoot ourselves in the head.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not something you want one of your starters to be saying, but he's not wrong.
I mean, it's true. They have control at the time of possession. They outscored. I think it was some team. I think it was the Broncos. It was another team that was like 3-1, the Jets have more points scored than them, have more time possession than them. A lot of teams that have winning records and they're 0-4. They
No,
just
I
can't.
mean the Texans have given up the least amount of points, and they just won their first game.
Yeah, exactly. So like the NFL is very weird this year, but it just goes to show that Justin Fields isn't the problem. He's actually I think
Justin Fields,
their guy.
I mean, their defense sucks, which is weird because usually everybody's talking about how the Jets' defense is the one thing they got going for them.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson made a crazy play like he always does every week. That won me fantasy with a minute left in the.
Technically, he should have had 2 touchdowns. One got called back off of.
They said offensive PI, and nothing happened on that. Nothing happened on it.
That was.
But, and then I think Braylon Allen is done.
Yeah, he's done for the year, I believe.
But well, someone else is also done.
Oh, Tyreek, yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Dislocated
Man.
knee. It was
He tore ACL and MCL, I believe.
yeah, and they said he damaged other ligaments. And I was like, well, shoot.
But for him, like, it's the same injury Tank Dell had last year against the Chiefs. Tank has a chance to return because he's like 24 years old. Tyreek Hill's almost 32, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be 32 before next season. He might be 33 before he plays football again, if he does.
Yeah. I mean, but he was optimistic and positive.
Because
they probably shot.
That's because he was losing his mind because he just nobody knows how they're gonna react at once they tear their knee apart.
Yeah, but so the Dolphins, a situation that went from not so good has went to worse.
Yeah, and then they got. I mean, Tua didn't look bad. Achane had his first like game where he was himself this year. Ollie Gordon can't do anything. It's 6 rushes for 10 yards. That was really bad. Dolphins' biggest issue is if they play a team with a good running back and an average defense, they're losing because they cannot stop the run. The first possession, the Jets went like 90 yards. They fumbled on the 1 yard line, but they went 90 yards and ran one pass play, I think. Like, I think they literally ran like 10 or 11 rushing plays. It was great. Yeah, let's look at it right here. First possession, 12 plays, 82 yards, 8 minutes. 6 yard run, 9 yards, 6, 5, 5, 15, 19, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, fumble.
Dang. They didn't pass the ball. Oh, for 5 yard pass, yeah. But...
Yeah, they had one pass and they ran like 11 rushes.
70-something yards.
It's crazy.
The Dolphins are cooked, basically, all in all.
Yeah, and then the last game is
a team that's actually really cooked.
Broncos, Bengals. Bengals are. There's nothing to even say about the Bengals. Besides, I'm so glad I didn't have the first overall pick in fantasy.
Yeah, because Jamar Chase, because Jay Jettis is actually still being serviceable with Wentz.
Well, because Carson Wentz is actually like kind of average at least.
Jake Browning. I think the Bills. I think the Bengals should actually trade for Jameis. I know it was a meme going on, but I mean, shoot, he at least.
But their defense is so bad. No matter who their quarterback is, they'd be lucky to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but at least Winston would give their weapons opportunity. Browning and I give their weapons opportunity.
Mm-mm.
He's cooked.
Broncos actually look good. J.K. Dobbins 16 for 101. Harvey 1458. Bo Nix had a bad pick, but 29-42, 330 yards and 2 touchdowns.
But then again, it's against the Bengals.
He had a rushing touchdown too.
So that's
yeah. Well, they got a. They have a. Who they play this week? Oh, they definitely got a big change in pace this week against the Eagles. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, they go from one of the worst defense in the league to one of the best. This should be fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna recap. So, our updated pick records right now, I'm 39, 25, and 1. and Daryl is 32, 31, and 1.
Hey, above 500, so no matter.
We gotta say and 1 at the end.
Nah, for real.
It's like we're playing basketball the rest of the season now.
Nah, for real. One.
Crazy.